Hello and welcome to ForexRateAPI. In this video, we will introduce you to our API that provides live and historical foreign exchange rates in over 150 world currencies. Throughout this intro and walkthrough tutorial, we will demonstrate how to get started with ForexRateAPI. We will cover setting up your account, making API requests, and interpreting the responses to help you easily integrate our API into your applications. Let's get started. To get started with ForexRateAPI, you'll first need to create an account. Navigate to our website and click on the Sign Up button in the top right corner of the page. Fill in the required information to finish the registration process. You will receive a confirmation email shortly after submitting your registration. Please check your inbox and click on the confirmation link to verify your email address and activate your ForexRateAPI account. Once you have confirmed your email and activated your account, go to your dashboard to access your API key. After confirming your email, you can log into your account and access your dashboard. Here, you'll find your unique API key, which is essential for making requests to our API. Keep your API key secure and avoid sharing it with others, as it is linked to your account and will be used to authenticate your requests. To authenticate each request, you'll need to include your API key. You can easily copy your API key by clicking on the Copy button next to it. This will copy the API key to your clipboard. Open Postman and create a new request. Paste the API endpoint URL into the request URL field. We will demonstrate this in the next few examples using different endpoints available in our API. Once you have set up your request with the appropriate endpoint URL and API key, press the Send button to send the API request. After sending the request, you can view the response in the Body tab, which will display the results in a formatted manner. Now, let's demonstrate a few examples in the following sections. We will begin with the symbols API, which provides a list of world currencies we support. In Postman, enter the following endpoint URL https://api.forexrateapi.com/v1/symbols. Then, add your API key to the request. Under Query Parameters, enter a PI_key in the key column and your actual API key in the value column. Remember, you can easily copy your API key from your ForexRateAPI dashboard by clicking on the Copy button next to it. Once you have entered the endpoint URL and API key, press the Send button to send the request. After sending the request, observe the results in response. The response will be in JSON format and will contain an array of supported currencies. Now, let's move on to our most popular endpoint, Latest. This endpoint provides live foreign exchange rates. To begin, let's start by going to the ForexRateAPI documentation. And copying the latest endpoint URL and pasting the URL into Postman. And let's take a look at the query parameters. The two main parameters we will focus on are base and currencies. Base specifies the base currency for the foreign exchange rates. Currencies specifies the foreign exchange symbols you want to retrieve rates for. Don't forget to include your API key in the request. Add API key in the key column and your actual API key in the value column. Once you have set up the request with the desired parameters and API key, press the Send button to send the API request. The response will be in JSON format and will contain the rates based on your specified parameters. Let's copy the JSON response from Postman to a text editor and interpret the results. In this example, the rates object shows that 1 USD is equivalent to 0.96148999249 euro. To find the USD value of 1 euro, we can calculate the reciprocal, 1 divided by 0.9614899,249. So, at the given moment of recording, €1 is approximately $1.04. By changing the base currency, you can easily retrieve foreign exchange rates in various currencies using the ForexRate API. The latest endpoint provides real-time rates, allowing you to stay up to date with the latest pricing information. Feel free to experiment with different base currencies and foreign exchange symbols to explore the available data and gain insights into prices across various currencies. In addition to live prices, ForexRate API also provides historical foreign exchange rates through the Historical endpoint. This endpoint allows you to retrieve rates for a specific date in the past. The Historical endpoint works similarly to the latest endpoint, but requires you to specify the desired date in the URL path. Instead of using /latest, you'll need to provide the date in the format year-month-date. For example, let's retrieve the historical rates for February 1st, 2025. We will construct the URL as follows. Paste this URL into Postman, and just like with the latest endpoint, you can set the base and currencies parameters in the Parameters tab to specify the desired base currency and currencies symbols. Don't forget to include your API key in the API key parameter. Once you have configured the request, press the Send button to send the API request. The response will be in the same JSON format as the latest endpoint, but the rates will correspond to the specified historical date. And here is an example where we can specify yesterday instead of constantly changing the date. It will dynamically update to yesterday's date. Now, let's explore the Conversion API endpoint provided by ForexRate API. This endpoint allows you to convert a specified value from one symbol to another. For example, let's determine what 1,000 Japanese yen is worth in US dollars, USD. We will construct the URL as follows. We can see that 1,000 yen is worth $6.60 at the time of recording. Let's try another example. Suppose you want to determine what 120 US dollars, USD, is worth in Indian rupees, INR. But instead of using the current market price, let's see what it was on January 22, 2025. We can do this by passing in date parameter. Interpreting the results, we can see that 100 US dollars, USD, was worth 10,374 Indian rupees, INR, on January 22, 2025. Before we wrap up, I want to highlight a few valuable resources that can further assist you in your journey with ForexRate API. Make sure to visit our comprehensive documentation. It provides detailed information on all the available endpoints, request parameters, and response formats. The documentation is your go-to reference for understanding and utilizing the full capabilities of ForexRate API. We have a collection of guides and tutorials. These guides cover various use cases and provide step-by-step instructions on integrating ForexRate API into your projects. If you're looking for libraries and code samples to integrate ForexRate API into your projects, check out our GitHub repository. You'll find a collection of libraries and code snippets in different programming languages, making it easier for you to incorporate ForexRate API into your applications. For WordPress users, we have a convenient WordPress plugin that seamlessly integrates ForexRate API into your WordPress sites. With just a few clicks, you can start displaying real-time foreign exchange rates on your WordPress pages. We hope these resources will be helpful in your journey with ForexRate API. If you have any further questions or need assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to our dedicated support team. You can contact us through the support channel listed on our website. Once again, thank you for choosing ForexRate API. Start leveraging the power of ForexRate API in your projects and unlock a world of possibilities.